Assalamu alaikum. This is our first online lecture for digital logic design. Contents for this lecture is, first we will give a brief overview, and then K-maps, 2 variables K-maps, 3 variable K-maps, 4 variable K-maps, and then we will do some examples for the K-maps. So the topic for online lecture 1 is kernel maps or K-maps. So I think most of us are new in this lecture, and we I think in previous classes we just did the Boolean algebra and Boolean laws and theorems. So in this lecture we will start with our kernel maps, and in kernel maps we will study how many types of variable K maps are there, and we'll do some examples also. So let's talk about a bit history of K maps. Why they are named as K maps, who is K or kernel. So basically Morris Kernel is an American physicist, and he is famous for his K maps or kernel maps, which we used in our Boolean algebra. He also worked for Bell Labs, and developing K maps in 1954, as well as patents for PCM encoding. So basically K maps are named behind Morris Kernel, which was an American physicist. He actually invented these K maps so that we can use these K maps in Boolean algebra. Okay, there is a small question that feel a little bit difficult using Boolean algebra laws, rules and theorems. Do simplify logics. As in our previous lectures in university, we read about the Boolean algebraic laws. There were few laws which we need to remember by heart, or we need to understand their how they are derived, and that was important because when we have to simplify our logic design or logic equation, so we use Boolean algebraic laws, rules and all the theorems. I think you remember, if we have a simple logic design or logic equation which is a lengthy equation, and we use to simplify that equation and make it shorter and more simpler, so that less number of logic gates should be used. So this can only be possible till now, which we study, that by Boolean algebraic laws. We use all the laws, but there is one difficulty in using those laws, because the first thing is it's very difficult to memorize all the laws and especially implement them on an equation, and it's also very time consuming. So in order to overcome these issues, we have a solution for that, and that is kernel map. A K map provides a systematic method for simplifying Boolean expressions, and if properly used will produce the simplest SOP or POS expressions possible, known as the minimum expression. So this means that K map provides a solution for us for solving the complicated equation, making them simplify. Instead of using number of Boolean laws or theorems, we can just use K map and simplify the equation. So what is K map? It's similar to truth table. I think you all know about the truth tables we used to study in different subjects. Instead of being organized input and outputs into columns and rows, the K-map is an array of cells in which each cell represents a binary value of the input variables. The cells are arranged in a way so that simplification of a given expression is simply a matter of properly grouping the cells. K-maps can be used for expressions with 2, 3, 4 and 5 variables. So it's very simple that K-map is nothing more than just a truth table, and there are some input outputs, there are columns and rows, there are cells, there are some grouping inside those cells, and all these variables can be expressed in 2, 3, 4 or 5 variables. So later we will all study about how they are grouped and how these cells can be solved for solving the Boolean expressions. So let's first talk about the two variable K-map. In this figure you can see this is a K-map and this is a two variable K-map. First thing we should know about K-map or two variable K-map or any K-map is that how many number of cells are there. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 4 number of cells are there in two variable K-map. So how we need to calculate that? Actually the expression is 2 to the power n. And what is the n? N is the number of variable. So if it's a two variable K-map, then n will be 2. So 2 to the power n is equal to 4. So in two variable K-map, the number of cells will be 4. So this is the method how we'll know about the number of cells in a specific variable K-map. These are the expressions A and B, zeros and 1. These are the horizontal and verticals we have. Now each cell we see that A complement, B complement, A complement B, A B complement or AB. How these are formed? I think all the students have some ideas about this from previous lectures and also from some physics subjects too. So here the values of A and B. 0 is, we can say that 0 we take 0 as a complement and 1 as a, in simple words, as a simple letter or simple variable. So here both are A and B are 0. So in this cell it will be A complement and B complement. In this A is complement, it's 0, and B is 1. So A complement B. Here A is 1 and B is complement, so A B complement. Here both are 1, so A B. So this is a simple two variable K-map. I think there is no confusion in this. So we know how to count the number of cells in a variable. So later when we'll study about the three variable K-map, four variable K-map, so we already know how to calculate the number of cells in a K-map. Second, we study about the three variable K-maps. First of all, from the same expression we will find out how many number of cells will be there. So 2 to the power n, n is equal to 3 because we are taking three variable K-map, and it will be 8 cells. Now there are two types of K-maps drawn here, horizontal and vertical. So you will be thinking which K-map, if there is a question that draw a three variable K-map or solve a, so which one you have to use? So it doesn't matter, you can use horizontal K-map or you can use vertical K-maps. But if we will use horizontal, then if horizontal, this means maximum variables at the top side. We can see on the top side there are maximum number of variables, but in verticals maximum number of variables are on the left side. These expressions are as simple 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 and 1 0 combinations. So this is a 3 variable K maps. There are A, B and C. Same number of cells are 8, so 8 number of cells are here and 8 number of cells are in vertical K map. So here A, B and C all are complements, so A complement, B complement, C complement. A and C are complement, so A complement, B, C complement. Only C is complement, A, B and C complement. Here B and C are complement, A, B complement, C complement. Same A complement, B complement and C. A complement, B, C. A, B, C. A complement, B complement, A, B complement, C. So it's same in the vertical also. The only difference is that if horizontal, then this means maximum number of variables are on the top side, and if it's vertical, then maximum number of variables are on the left side or on the side. The third one is 4 variable K map. First of all, the same expression 2n, n is equal to 4, so there will be 16 number of cells there. A and B variables, C and D. Maximum number of variables are on the both side, on the top side and on the side also. All these logic expressions are same as we did in 2 variable and 3 variable. As all are 0, so A, B, C, D all complements. A complement B, C, D and also in same in all the cells. So the only difference in 2 variables, 3 variables and 4 variables are here the number of variables. In 2 variables there will be only A, B, 3 are A, B, C, and in 4 variables A, B, C and D. There will be more variables also, but we'll study only 3 and 4, 2, 3 and 4 variables. Now we'll do some example for this. Example, first of all, like we have given, this is our first, everyone should know that which K map is this, how many variables. So this is a 4 variable K map. From there we can see A, B and C, D. How many number of cells are there in 4 variable K maps? 16. So there are 16 number of cells there. We have to point our these expression in this map. So the first one is A complement, B, C, D complement. A complement, B, C, D complement. So this is the point for this. How? Here A complement, B, C and D complement, and it's our same equation, A complement, B, C, D equation. So this is the point where it meet all the requirements, so we put here 1. Now the second equation is A, B, C complement, D complement. If we take this number A, B, C complement, D complement, and our equation is also A, B, C complement and D complement. So this is how we'll point our equation on the K map. I think it's just very simple. This is the exercise. First of all, before I solve this, I think you take few seconds or few minutes or you can later solve this, but I will solve this for you all, and later in assignments you will have more questions to solve yourself by hand. So first one is A B complement, C D complement. So we need to find where first of all the easiest way is that two variables are there, A B and C D. So what is our A B? It's A B complement. So we can find where it lies in which column. So A B complement, this is A and B complement. The second half is C D complement, this is C and D complement. So this is the point where our equation lies, A B complement, C D complement. Now we'll go to the second part, A B C D, no complement is there. So first of all A B, here it is A B, and C D, here it is C D. So where they are combining, this is the point, and we put 1 here. A B C D and A B C D is our. So in today's lecture we know what is K-map, why we use K-map, how many types of variables are there. We study 2 variable K-map, 3 variable K-map and 4 variable K-map. Fourth, we study about how we know the number of cells in a K-map. Fifth, we do some exercise. So this lecture is like you can take it as an exam overview and brief understanding of the 3, 4 and 2 variable K-maps with examples. In next lecture we will do like the design steps and further of K-maps. So thanks for this lecture.